We're live, pal.
All right. Well, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Dirty 20 D&D Nights here on YouTube, Twitch, whatever your preferred choice
Video platform of
thing.
choice.
Yes. Last time we played, you guys made your way through, made a plan to get into the get information in the tower in the main city of Palanthus. You hired the help of some dwarven ninjas. They got you through the tunnels. You got in. You found a bunch of information about dragon lances, about different items of considerable magical power in this world that you might want to look for to kind of defeat the oncoming and ever growing darkness and a void villain. You made your way to the tower. You got to the information. Uh, Shit went down. Lord Soth busted in with his crew. You guys fought to get the fuck out of there. Um, Kivonian almost died.
How? I forget now.
He hit you with power word kill,
Oh,
and you have under 100 hit points. But I believe Nori was able to get to you and pull you into the hole in time before the magic would have hit you.
nice. That's right.
You guys, while this was because you split the group and the party staying in the shell building that led into the tunnels began watching as the multiples of all these black dragons were landing and like around and on the building they were in. You guys escape the tunnels, get back into the building. Uh the great dragon Lord Soth rode in on caves, like rips the roof off and is about to kill all of you, like start annihilating all of you. And it was at this point that Raceland had to make a choice on what to do. He opened up two portals and split the parties. And it was at this point a bunch of you woke up on an island or on a set of islands or outside of a tower. This is where we found Raceland, Tinzo, Fatu, Nori, Kivonian, Stern Brightblade, and Goldmoon. At the same time, in the back at the bar, the dwarven bar, Inafine, Chiron, Kaywin, Tasselhoff, Flint, uh, and Karamon came through their portal in present time. It was at the group at the on the island, in the island began asking Raceland what the hell happened, and noticing a light on in the tower. Raceland kind of explained that he had to make a decision and had apparently sent you all into the past to find uh, the great mage Fistandonalis. So, with that, that's where we ended. Was pretty much everybody coming out of the portals. Raceland revealing you guys are now in the past by several hundred years. And that's where we start tonight.
Can I roll on perception for this tower that's in front of us?
Go ahead.
Perception on the tower.
15 and 4, 19.
Roll perception on the watchtower.
Upon looking at the tower, you immediately it's made of a dark, all the stones. It's like dark quartz, like it is very the surface of it is very flat, very smooth. Like there aren't grooves to grab onto. This thing is made it looks as if it's made out of one large piece of rock. Upon like as you stare further into it, it is not. You can tell that there are multiple bricks and pieces, but like it is so smooth and so perfectly put together, as if made magically, that the appearance is smooth. You also get a very powerful magical aura emanating off of like out of the tower as a whole.
Can I roll a history?
I mean, what are you trying to find out?
Because remember, my group, like ancestors and family, they've only mentioned, not that I know particularly what's going on, but it's always been mentioned through stories because they visited other worlds, other times,
Okay.
and I'm only aware of certain things, but never gone through an experience of whatever they did. So I may have an idea what this place is.
Yeah, give me a history roll.
All right. 12 and 8, that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. This place, after like eyeballing it, like really staring it down, you start to get memories of stories told to you from family and like and elders in your world about this about an onyx tower that housed a very powerful and very not evil, but not like an anti-hero kind of mage. He had no real cares um for like doing good, but it was one of those like his entire search was for power and immortality, and like everything you've like these memories come coursing into your head because this tower fits the mold of what what the stories you were told of
Okay.
you know
What color is the tower?
what
What color is the tower?
dark, it's like black, it's onyx.
Devonian looks up. He says out loud, he's like, "Is it just me, or does anyone just see a big, giant black cock?"
That
Golden was like, oh my.
Kevin with back-to-back clips of the week.
You guys are going for laughs. Kivonian's going for gasps.
can,
Fucking Nightman over here.
can I can I roll a history on Philodontus or Fistodontalus?
Fistendontalus. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Kristen Donald.
All right.
You can.
It's the next
That is
Kevin Smith movie.
a 11
Kristen
and
Donald.
18.
All the stories you remember hearing about him was that he was the greatest mage that had ever lived. His power was unmatched. Um, he was nigh immortal by the time of his disappearance, to the point where stories were still told about him, kind of like a boogeyman, because nobody had ever found um like there was never any proof that he'd ever died or anything. He vanished.
Is
So
there any doors or windows?
there is a door at the base. Oh, actually, you can do a perception check.
I'll roll some shit. Perception. Oh, okay. Sure. 27.
A what?
27. I
Holy
rolled a
shit.
16 and I have a plus 11.
Yeah, as you're scanning the facade of this massive slick black cock of a tower, you notice at the base there is you can kind of see these lines in the shape of like what you know to be like the shape
Veins?
of a door. It's not veins. That this like these you can see these lines that that would fit a door in a spot where a door would sit.
Okay. I say, Tenzo, do you see what I'm seeing?
Yeah, it looks almost like either that's an entrance or an exit. Who knows?
Who knows indeed. Too
But
bad we don't have a dwarf with us.
now going meta for a second, I'm like, I gotta say, you're downplaying Fistadantalus because his ass is his story is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But because I'm kind of like when I read about him throughout this week, I'm like, holy shit. But I'm not gonna spoil it. I don't know what you're gonna do.
Okay. So I yell over to Raceland. Do we all know that this is Fistandonalis, his abode? Do we all know this yet, or is that just a Tenzo thing?
No, he said it out loud.
Okay. I say, Raceland, do you think Fiston Donald has what we need in there?
He. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm just setting something up.
I'm still here.
I know. I'm just sorry. I'm just setting something up. A lot to do as DM. Raceland, he's just kind of eyeing this building, like he's staring at it. He looks down at you. He goes, "Well, if he doesn't, then at this point, he goes, we're not gonna find what we need." He goes, "He should have at least one of the items."
And do you think that's a magic doorway? And I point toward the outline that I see. Any way we could open that? Is that the only door, or did you say there was like an obvious door?
No, I was giving away there being a door because I was like, oh. And then I realized like, well, no, he should have to look. This like the way this thing is built, it's not obvious.
Okay.
So that was on me. But he looks in the direction you're pointing. He goes, that's probably the only way in.
How far are we away from it? Cavonian wants to slowly walk up, like looking for traps on the way up to investigate the door, or what could be the door.
What do you want to do? Sorry, what was that?
I want to like walk up towards the door, but like look for traps as I'm going up. Anything magical, anything that could, be a danger.
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. 12.
Everything looks fine.
Well, we can walk right up to the doors, guys.
I
Start walking.
I asked Graceland, do you think this is gonna be risky?
he kind of has that exact response. He's just staring back up at the building. He's just like, huh. He goes, well, he's either going to greet us as inquisitively or he's going to kill us. So
Everybody else, like everyone else we've met so far. No problem. And Kevonian starts walking toward the tower.
all right, hold on. You have your map up, right?
I do.
Let me get back to over there.
Why am I so much smaller than everybody? I don't like it.
I don't know. That hold on. That is weird. Let me get you back up to everybody's the same size. There we go. You say you're about right there? Or are you anywhere else?
Well, that's where I was when we started, but yeah, I'd say I'm about there, and I'm walking towards the doorway that I see.
Okay.
Yep.
As you're walking, you you reach a point where all of a sudden everything in front of you, like the bright sunny day, the tower as a whole, the image that you see, all of a sudden everything changes. It is like a pitch black night sky. This tower is much more ominous appearing. And you realize you cannot move forward anymore, and you are slowly sinking.
There's quicksand! Dark quicksand!
None of you hear that.
Do they see me anymore?
I don't know.
Well, they saw me
Uh,
walking that way, right?
They saw you walking. Anybody want to do a perception check?
Yeah, I'll do one. Ooh. Where am I? 24.
Okay. So you're looking at Raceland, talking to him. You all of a sudden you see out of the corner, you watch as Kevonian like kind of approaches the tower, and like you turn and watch, and you catch as as he's getting close, he just vanishes. Not a sound.
I start tapping like because I'm next to Race. I'm like, where is he? Where did he go?
While this is happening, when you said I can't move, do you mean like I can't like walk from where I am, or
Yeah,
I like
your
can't-
feet.
I-
Yeah, your feet are like you look down. It's not sand. It's the actual earth you're standing on. Just it doesn't. It's sucking like you in. It's not sand.
so
It
I can
still
move,
appears to be like grass and dirt and rock, but
okay.
you are just like slowly.
So I can move my arms and stuff though, right?
Yes.
Did he get Thanos? Is that what?
Yeah.
Kind of like that when Thanos went to Wakanda. Started putting people in like phasing people into like
Easing
objects
them
or
into like the ground and shit.
No, it's more that it's a trap that the ground looks normal, and then it's just like liquid.
Can I look around to see if there's anything that I can grab to like steady myself, keep myself above ground?
Go ahead.
What do you want? Perception?
Yeah.
19.
You start to as you're starting to sink, you start looking around in a panic for anything you can grab. With it being so dark in your perspective, you don't see anything sticking at like the tower still appears to be this like just dark shimmering, it mixes in with the night sky now. There's nothing, no trees, nothing around, but you do see what looks to be like a kind of a rock sticking out of the ground in front of you that's sticking out far enough that you think you could grab onto it.
Okay. I want to do, if you will allow it, I want to do two things at once. I want to grab this rock. And then when I touch it, I want to cast light. So you touch one object that is no larger than 10 feet in any dimension. Until the spell ends, the object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. The light can be colored as well. I just want it to be bright white light. Completely covering the object with I could block it if you target the object and it's not hostile. It's just a fucking rock. So yeah, I cast light on it. It's going to last for an hour, and it's bright light out to 20 feet.
All right. Considering its location and the fact that you're sinking, I'm going to need you to make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics, not my best one. What is that? I got a 12.
Okay. So you kind of like lurch your body forward, and you get your hand onto the rock. Now, I'll give you that as you touch it, you cast light on it, and the rock begins emanating this bright white light. But as you do that, as you push your body forward to grab it, you sink enough into this earth that in that moment you have it and you're able to cast a spell on it, your body sinks to the point where you're pulled back off of it. You continue sinking.
Sorry, why can't we see him or know where he is?
It's like a magical barrier or something, I'm assuming.
You're standing in front of the tower of the greatest mage that ever lived, and
And he
Kivonian
just
walked
took
in.
3 steps away from us and disappeared?
He walked some feet towards the tower.
Okay.
Can I cast Mage Hand to pull me out?
How much do you weigh?
Probably more than 10 pounds. What the hell was that? Oh,
I believe that was
Mr. Shinzo. Yeah, actually, I just looked. It says it can't attack, activate magic items, or carry more than 10 pounds. Huh. Can I see them? The rest of the crew?
as you turn around, all you see is a pitch black rock, like island, you know what I mean? Like you don't see anybody else.
Okay.
Listen, can I?
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand. I'm actually gonna cast Mage Hand anyway, and I'm gonna send it back the way that I walked in to see if I can like get people's attention. Like, hey,
Okay.
something's going on over here. It's a cantrip, so I mean, I just cast it.
All right, and you send it back the way you came.
Yep, and I wanted to like, as soon as I can't see it anymore, have it start like pointing toward where I am and waving
All right.
help.
You watch as like a little over 5 feet behind where you are, the mage hand goes into the starts going and immediately vanishes. Tinzo, you and Raceland staring at the area that you pointed at where Kivonian disappeared. You're still kind of dumbfounded as to what had just happened. You watch as this floating hand comes back out of seemingly nothing, and it's just like it's like floating in, and all of a sudden it just goes.
So, with my staff, I cast detect magic.
Okay.
Just to see what's going on with all of that, where this barrier might be, where the hand came from.
You notice that right behind the hand, this magical aura appears, and it starts stretching out into the off in both directions and up into the heavens, seemingly infinitely. And it's just like you're watching as like it spreads around, like this whole aura, like everything's spreading out behind you.
Okay. And nothing that can show me where Kavonian might be as he cast the mage hand.
Nope.
But it doesn't show me even like this sinking wherever this thing is.
Nope. You just see where you might perceive there to like a wall in that sense. You know what I mean? Like this magical wall.
The Mage Hand is like trying to signal, like it starts pointing down toward the ground, and then it goes like this and just kind of like, and it just keeps pointing down.
It does the T2.
Yeah. It just goes below the bushes. Basically, I'm trying to be like, I'm fucking dying. I'm fucking going down. I need help. I don't know if they get that from the hand movement. Doesn't know sign language.
At this Raceland at this point turns to you. He's like, we need to move.
Like, he just vanished. What if something's going on with him? Maybe why would anybody send out a mage hand?
Really quick, now that I've got the light source in there, go ahead.
Raceland looks at you. He goes, a mage hand doesn't say anything good. He goes, hold on. You, dwarven berserker, pointing to Fatu. He's like, I think your friend might be in trouble.
He's always in trouble.
He just looks at you like,
And slowly goes.
yeah. He's like, you're very nonchalant about that.
Well, the love of my life is I can't find her, so I'm kind of like,
Oh my! I forgot. We're getting emo Fatu.
right, I'm a little lethargic right now. Where
Oh,
is she?
his bangs grow really long over one side of his face.
I'm doing this a lot.
Oh my god.
Trying to
Because
shake.
tonight will be the night that I will fight for you.
It's only been like 10 minutes.
It
Real
really
quick.
has.
Long enough.
It really has.
Now that
It's been
Kevonian,
10 minutes.
um,
You barely even
now-
realize that you're a party yet.
All right, so he's singing in quicksand. Is that what I?
You don't know what he's. We don't know what he's doing.
But he's
all
singing.
you guys know is that I
Sturm?
sent. All you guys know is that I disappeared and I sent a mage hand back out, and the mage hand is panicking.
Yeah.
Doing the jerk off
Sturm
roll.
Brightblade begins to move. He begins to like run towards the tower. Like this. He's like, this side is nothing good. We must help the little man.
How the hell do you propose we do that if all we see is a magic hand?
Real
You
quick,
watch as
really quick.
Sturm approaches the tower. He's just running up, and
Yeah, hold
then
Really quick. Now that Kevonian has the light source in there, can I? And now that I also saw how close the thing is to me, can I look in my area again to see if there's like a stick or something long that I can hold and stick outside the other end of the barrier?
you can.
Now that
You are welcome to try.
What is it? Perception again?
Yep.
Wow, another 27.
There ain't shit.
Fuck.
Nice.
Like you begin to panic very, very profusely because you're starting to feel like you're grasping at everything in front of you, and it all feels like water.
How far down am I now?
You are probably past your belly button.
Ooh, that's
Can I just shadow step 60 feet in front of me and see if I just happen to run into him?
Hold on, let me see where you are.
Well, I didn't even
Unlikely
know.
would it be because it's.
Oh, he's not even there.
What?
At
Oh,
least her
because
character is there.
I didn't load her up because she was not.
Good, make me 60 feet from where he is.
Oh, yeah. She could be anywhere now. He landed on top of the tower.
I mean, you can shadow step to like the tower. I don't think you have to use the entire 60 feet, do you not?
Well, what I just want to, well, it says up to 60 feet, but if I don't know where he is, I'm trying to just dart around faster than walking would do.
All right. Well, so you guys are standing there. You watch as Sturm runs up towards the tower. He just poof disappears. Kevonian, you in your panic, you are suddenly kicked in the head as Sturm trips over you and falls face first in the pool of liquid earth in front of you.
Do we see this happen?
All you saw was Sturm disappear.
All right, I immediately run that way then.
So you're shadow stepping up to the poof.
Yeah.
All right, you immediately, like, as you come out of your shadow step, there's no sunlight. It's pitch black. There's
I have
no
dark
star.
vision.
There's what?
I have dark vision. Does that do anything?
Cool. You should let me finish.
Oh,
I'm trying to set a tone and an environment.
Man's crafting
Don't
a
forget-
narrative here.
You're rushing me, woman.
Don't forget my rock lamp.
So you appear out of your shadow step, pitch black. You kind of just see the outline of this large building in front of you, and you have an emanating. There's a white light behind you, like you can kind of see this behind you. As you turn around, you see the source of the light is a rock on the ground, and in the lights, this bright white light coming from this rock, you see a pair of legs sticking out of the earth behind it, and through the legs, you see Kavonian, who's now up to mid chest, and just like his arms, like, and he's just staring at you because you just appeared out of fucking nowhere.
Nori, don't come too
So
close.
I'm the only one that can see what's going on.
Yes.
Okay, so then I immediately cast dark vision on everybody else so they can see what's going on.
Cool. They don't see what's going on.
We're behind a barrier that is like on their side it's daylight.
They're
And
in the Matrix. You're in the real world. You're Lawrence Fishburne. They're fucking Keanu Reeves.
I
before
didn't go to the other side of the barrier thing?
You did. That's why it's pitch black and not sunny out.
Then how can I see what's going on?
Because you have dark vision.
Right, I have a spell that I can cast dark vision on everybody else.
You have dark
Also-
vision. Hold on. You have dark vision, and there's a light in front of you, so you can see Sturm's body and you can see Kavonian's body. You look off into the distance. You don't see anybody else on the island. All you see is pitch black and the rocks and the earth in front of you. You don't see Tenzo, Fatu, and Raistlin.
I know. I meant the ones I'm with. Not
They
everybody.
can see you. Yeah, Kavonian's got dark vision. He can see you.
All right.
The rock on the ground with light coming out of it is allowing everybody to see each other right now, except for Sturm, who might be drowning.
Oh. Well,
So
then I'll
before you
grab
go-
him and pull him out first.
Cavonian
Please,
says,
Tony.
"Hey Nori,
Hey.
don't come too close. I don't know how far this pit goes out. We're sinking, and Sturm, I think his head is between my legs."
Awesome. I'm gonna grab his legs and start pulling.
How close do you get to where he is?
Well, let's see if I have some funness. Okay, how about instead of just going for it, I will like try to like take my foot and tap to see if it like feels different.
Do you have a bow staff or something you could do that with?
Yeah, I have a quarterstaff. I can do it with
Cool.
that.
Okay. So you start poking the ground in front of you as you approach these pair of dangling legs. You crawl, like you get to the point, the light emanating rock, and you're poking in front of it, and about a foot in front of it, like your stick suddenly just goes in. You're about 2 feet away. You would have to lean in, like to grab his legs.
Okay. Hold on, because I should be quite nimble about things. Let me just look through my equipment quick. Maybe I have something fun. Or not, because nothing's working. Oh, fuck it.
Well,
Okay.
this isn't going to be about acrobatics. This is going to be a strength check.
Okay. Well,
So
then.
give me an athletics check.
Alright. This probably. Oh, fuck it. Athletics is plus. Oh, that's a nat 20 plus 5.
Nice.
Okay. So beautiful. So you kind of like tuck your bow staff away. You lean forward and you grab onto Sturm's legs, kind of like you're about to give him a sick Boston crab. And you just start walking backwards, and like you're slow, you're just pulling him out. And Kavonian's laying, like, he's still slowly sinking now, and he watches as like the the abdomen and chest, like chest plate on Sturm's armor is getting pulled out, and finally, like he just sees like Sturm's face comes out. And he's just this panicked, terrified look, like, oh!
Can I
As
yell
he
to
basically-
Cavonian and tell him to grab onto him so I can keep pulling both of them out on a 20?
Go ahead.
Grab on! I got him.
I grab him by both sides of his face. As
Okay.
is-
okay.
I mean, that's not
Kevonian,
great, but
Kevonian, give me an athletics check. See if you can hold on. Actually, give me a strength saving throw.
Strength. Oh, great. That's -1 for me. I got a 7, but I'm going to use my point of inspiration to roll again.
There you go.
Okay.
I tell Raceland, let's
I got
see
an
if we can detect their thoughts.
You got a what?
I got an 8,
Okay.
one higher.
So as like Nori yells at you to grab on, you in your panic state, you go to grab onto his face, but his face feels slick with this liquid earth, and he just kind of slides out. You're like, no, as he slides out of your grasp.
on that 20, can I just like throw him backwards because I just have so much momentum and then immediately dive for Cavonian's hand
You could just send the stick out to me.
or stick or something?
Give me the stick.
All right, so you got Sturm out, and you throw him to the side, and you immediately re-grab your stick and you stab it in,
Yeah.
because at this point, like Kevonian's panic grab at him caused him to sink even further. He's up to like his mouth is
Plus,
under now.
Him being pulled out should, I mean, I'm fucking myself here, but him being pulled out, if it's quicksand rules, should create a void and have me sink even faster.
Yes, I know what you're saying. I'm also going by the laws of magic.
It's magic sand.
I'm literally panicked because all I can think of right now is the never-ending story, and I need to get you out of here before you die. So,
All right, so you're falling in. You're going under your arms. She stabs the stick in. You grab onto it. Both of you give me one more. Nori, give me one more athletics check. Kevonian, give me one more. Give me one more strength saving throw.
Fuck my ass.
I'm gonna attray you the fuck out of you if you fail this.
21.
I didn't roll a natural one. I rolled a 2 -1.
Oh man.
Okay, so it slips, and I go, Jesus Christ! Grab the thing, and then I hold on. What else do I got? I'm gonna try again because he's still above it.
Hold on.
so-
Yo, grab some.
All right, so let's play this out because Nori, you stab your staff in. Kevonian grabs onto it. You begin to pull, and you watch as he kind of starts to come out, but once again he slips, and he's just going farther, and like you fall, and you're pulling, you fall backwards once he slips off, and you watch, you just see like this is all gone. It's literally.
Yeah, no.
And then at the last, hold on, as his hand begins to like you just see the two hands sticking out. A gauntleted hand grabs onto his to make a. Sturm gets up, grabs onto you to save you from going any further under. Holy shit, he's making some great throws. Kevonian, Nori, do you want to make you want to grab his other hand?
Sure.
Okay. Give me one more athletics check.
All right, hold on.
Because I already rolled one for Sturm. Depending on what you roll, we don't need Kevin to roll.
16.
Okay. Sturm rolled a nat 20. And he just grabs on. He watches as Nora grab your other hand. He's like, not today, fellow traveler. And he begins to he just deadlifts your ass out. Like, like you come up out of the water and you just see like bulging veins in his neck. He's like, ooh.
Ren and Stimpy drawings.
Yes. And you are saved by Nori and Sturm. They pull you out. You all kind of fall backwards onto the hard earth behind you at the foot of this tower, and you have once again, that is twice in a 12-hour period, Nori, you have saved Kivonian from certain death. And by certain,
look over.
like literally, you went from saving him from a word just killing him like Dumbledore to then stopping him from getting full on Atreyu'd. Kivonian.
Wait. I'm like, I look over and I'm like, I had a horse that died this way.
Right. I love you guys. I love you guys. I hate magic. I hate magic. I love you guys.
Real quick, I'm gonna cut back Kaywin, Chiron, and Inafine. You guys, you're on the floor of this bar, this dwarven bar. You're laying there.
It's the same
just
bar
suddenly
we
you're
were
like-
at before, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You hear the dwarven bartender's voice like, "Aye, what the fuck happened?"
I have no idea. First of all, I'm gonna look around and like see what the hell is going on. I'm like, do I notice that there's something wrong? Like that there's
You immediately notice that the only people from your party that are with you are Inafine and Chiron. And Ruckus. You see Karamon, you see Canis, Half Elven, you see Tasselhoff, and you see Flint, the other dwarf. Everybody's just kind of laid out on the floor, like as if you fell out of the ceiling.
bloody spell checkers. We're missing people.
Flint gets up, he goes, not for nothing. What the fuck just happened?
Anafine just looks around and then screams, "Where's Fatu?"
Where's Fatu? Where's Gold Moon and Raceland? What the fuck happened? Chiron gets up, he goes, I don't think they're in Kryn anymore. I'll show myself to the bar.
I'm still trying to process everything. Like, what? Why? What? Why?
Yeah, in reality, it's just you and Dime. Everybody else there is Kenny.
I'm just
It
yelling
really
out,
is.
dwarf, bard.
If there's any dialogue in this scene, it's literally just between the three of you right now.
Lovely.
Yep.
Can I like pull out my infernal daggers and like rage out in my own way?
You can do whatever you want.
Against whom?
Okay, you pull your daggers out. Now, what are you doing with them?
I'm
just screaming and there's like fire coming out of them.
Okay. You are all right. So I'm gonna do this. You pull your daggers out, and you immediately feel this force emanating from your gut. Like your hatred is taking a physical manifest, and upon you raging out,
Get birth.
no, that'd be sick.
A hate birth?
A kind of just force, like a great like a great push of just energy, like not energy in a sense of like, but just poof. The entirety of this bar shakes.
She's releasing her key.
Yeah, dust comes out. Dust is falling from the ceiling cracks. Kavonian, not Kavonian. Kaywin, give me a dex saving throw.
Okay. Oh, thank God.
She's going further beyond.
Dex saving throw. That's a 22.
Yeah, so she you watch as the other members on the floor pushed away from her. The four little dwarves who had led you guys through, they're just thrown about the bar. The bartender's knocked over. She's this. This is next level anger.
I just go, could you not?
What are you yelling while you're raging out?
I'm trying to I put my arm on her arm and I'm just try to push the daggers down.
Well, I'm just
you're Wolverine walking towards fucking Jean Grey right now?
Yeah.
Alright.
Around and see,
Kenny, I got a meta question for you. I'm sorry to interrupt, but when you told us that we were 100 years in the past, are you telling us as the characters, or are we aware of this, or are you just telling us?
I'm telling you.
So we don't know. The characters don't know.
Raceland explained to you that you are in the past. That you are most likely in the past because of everything, he's trying to explain to you that if this is where he thinks it is and who he thinks is home, then there's no other place you could be but in the past.
And are we close to where Inafine and all them are in the future? Let's say there's a tower.
On a physical standpoint?
Yeah, if we were 100 years. No?
So we moved time and location.
Me and her are just elves. 100 years is like a Tuesday.
Okay.
That wolf ain't.
Oh yeah, true. I don't care about the wolf.
Plus, they're the ones in the past, not you guys.
Yeah.
All right, so Inafine, what are you screaming when you rage out when you go Super Saiyan 3?
Either just where's Fatu or just an unintelligible scream. And I wanted to look around. Yeah.
And you want to what?
I wanted to look around and see if who is with me that knows about portals, because I want to go and tell someone to. Wait, do I know that?
You don't know where we are.
No, you have no idea where they are.
We just ended up in a bar.
Nobody that's there with you would know anything about what just happened, other than you guys got pushed through separate portals.
We're only just noticing
you ended up
we're
back
not
here.
all a group anymore.
Wait, so I wouldn't be raging that hard?
No, you would be raging that hard.
It's a little bit of an overreaction, yes.
So you're raging.
Well, it's the pregnant hormones too.
Sure.
That's fine. All right, so you're raging out. Kaywin pushes through this fucking force that you're emanating, and he's able to put his hands on your shoulders, he's trying to calm you down.
And I say it in Elvish too, a language she would understand that the other people wouldn't.
Do you actually tell her to calm down?
Yes.
Oh.
Or just the Elvish word for relax.
Chill the fuck out.
Give me a persuasion check at disadvantage, Kaywin.
Okay.
Everything would be better if you would just calm down.
Skills.
Anybody in a relationship for 10 minutes knows not to ever say that shit.
All right, let's hope this goes well. Tits. 9.
All right, he is. It's Hold on. It's like in This Is the End when what's his name is possessed,
Yeah.
and Kaywin's like, the power of Christ compels you, and Inafine's like, does it? It's not that compelling.
Does it? It's not that compelling.
Pea soup comes out.
Yeah. Kaywin puts his your eyes are closed and you motherfucker, where's fun too? Suddenly you feel a pair of hands on your shoulders and you open your eyes and you're watching as everybody else in the room is being pushed away from you, but Kaywin is right in your face. And he tells you in Elvish, he's like, hey, relax. And you're immediately like, yeah, motherfucker. Now what do you do?
Well, if it's just a 9, it didn't work, right? Like, I am not at all.
Yeah, no. He is not very persuasive.
Okay.
React how you would normally react when you're angry and your boyfriend tells you to relax.
I'll push him away, and then I'll go. Maybe can I leave the bar to
Hold on? Are you going to focus this onto him?
No, I'm just pushing him out of the way.
Well, I'm just saying you're currently going even further beyond. So, are you going to just be like, meh? Are you going to be like, fuck?
Well, I don't want to hurt him because I know he's on my team. So I would be more.
Yeah, but you're distraught. You don't know what's going on.
I know, but
You think the love of your life is dead.
Oh, maybe
You're pregnant and emotional.
What do you think Inafine would actually do in this moment?
Yeah.
He was kind of a dick about it too.
Keep in mind,
I am kind of dick, yes.
you tend to make decisions without thinking fully. So
So
you say
just go with impulse.
yeah.
Yeah. So I would F him up.
All right, Kaywin, give me another. Give me a deck save at disadvantage.
I think I got that +9.
25 and 10.
All right.
It was a
So you're sitting. You're like
the disadvantage was a nat 1. God damn.
A nat 1.
Yeah. It's like the first one was a 25, and then that one was a 1. I was like, fuck.
You get impaled on an ox.
This is very. Hold on. This is very. All right. With a nat 1. Oh, fucking great. Inafine you watch as she opens her eyes. She looks at you. The rage in her face at the fact that you are trying to belittle her emotions after she seemingly believes she has lost the love of her life.
I wasn't belittling the emotions. I was just trying to.
You immediately, hold on. I'll give you this. Your brain immediately goes, I fucked up. And you're like, wait, hold on. That came out the wrong way. And she's just, and you go flying backwards. And I don't mean flying you go boosh through the wall. You're outside. You see sky. Boosh. You see the inside of another building. Boosh. You see sky again.
Yep, I'm flying. I'm flying through the air now.
And you are knocked.
Is there an L-shaped hole in the wall?
Yeah, there's just a hole. And boof! At the second time you're back outside. You smash into the next wall and you fall back on the ground. You're gonna take. You're gonna take 12 force damage.
Okay.
Bludgeoning damage. Sorry.
It's not too bad. They could deal with 12.
And after that, you kind of just ha, ha, ha. You see Ruckus. Ruckus kind of comes up to you after you all this force coming out of you stops. You're immediately sick to your stomach. Ruckus comes up. He's nuzzling against you, and you're just like,
should have just let the dog do it.
like everybody's getting back up, and Tanis is like, he's like, Inafine, I'm sure we will figure out where Fatu is, what we can do. What he looks out the hole in the wall. He's like, but by the gods, we can't do that again.
I'll speak on behalf of Ruckus.
But wait, can I do my thing first?
Hold on.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, you can be the voice of Ruckus.
Thank you.
Oh my! He talks now.
The dog talks. The wolf talks.
You can talk to anything.
Yeah, I can talk to
You
animals.
can comprehend any language and speak it.
So think of me as Brian Griffin,
3 buildings away.
This.
the dog from Family Guy.
I don't watch that.
Okay, so I'm
My
Now you get to
God.
do an entirely new character.
yeah. Ruckus is gonna look at you a little scared because he doesn't know where Fatu is, and he's smelling, but he can't obviously smell Fatu anywhere.
Yeah.
So he's looking at you as like he needs comfort. So you need to calm down, please.
Well, I was gonna then like fall to the ground and hug Ruckus and just start crying.
All right, Ruckus whimpers like a puppy, and like
a puppy.
and like leans into you for the cuddles, I guess,
So we're just.
because he knows that you obviously both need the comfort. Okay.
So we're just both cuddling and crying.
Yeah. Then he slightly whispers into your ear because you can hear him. You
Yeah.
speak dog,
Now I do, yeah.
and he's gonna say, "Don't kill any of the kitty."
I know. Okay. I just sobbed.
All right.
Meanwhile, Kaylin's
After that, you hear off in the distance the loud and seemingly growing screech of dragons. With that, I'm going to cut back to everybody back at Fist and Donalis's tower. All right, you have Nori, Sturm, and Kevonian laying on the ground at the foot of the tower.
Yeah, I speak. Huh?
Huh?
I speak out of character.
Good.
Would that thing that she did be powerful enough for any magic users to feel that, even though we are where we are?
You would not feel that in the past because
technically it didn't happen yet.
It hasn't happened
technically it didn't happen yet.
All right, I'm just making sure. Okay.
Somebody like Fist and Donalis might have felt that.
Tony's trying to do the love transcends time thing.
This isn't quite interstellar yet. But all right, so
No.
outside, like, yeah, Nori, Kevonian, Sturm laying at the foot of this tower, just like, what the fuck? And then on the other side of this seemingly infinite barrier, you've got Raceland, Tinzo, and Emo Fatu. And Goldmoon. Sorry. Forgot about Goldmoon.
Kevonian speaks up to the other two and just says, that sucked. That sucked a lot. But we have to make sure they don't come through without a warning. Otherwise, we're going to be doing this all day.
I tell Raceland, let's kind of read what's going on in there, because the tech dogs can actually go through barriers.
Okay.
So I start. I'm assuming him and I are starting to see like what's going on in there.
You're doing detect thoughts?
Yeah.
All right. You immediately get like Sturm's laying on the ground like oh, this armor did not help me whatsoever.
Nori's in her head. She's like, it was just a horse, but it was so sad. It was the worst day of my life.
Kevonian, what are you thinking?
I hate magic. I hate magic. I hate it.
I just look over at Raceland. I'm like, something happened. Should we go further?
My mage hand is still out there, actually. My mage hand goes, stop. Everything's okay. Give it 1 second.
What does that mean, Raceland?
Raceland goes, I don't fucking speak mage hand.
Did that hand just call you?
Hold on, do that one more time. Stop. Collaborate and listen. Keep going.
Ice
is back with a brand new edition. What?
Another question.
What up?
I'm really high, so I'm starting to catch up here.
Oh my god.
When they walked into this thing, they just disappeared, or did they walk through the door?
No. They were walking towards the tower, and as they're walking towards it, they just vanished from your sight.
They just disappeared.
Disappeared.
All right, so can I walk to exactly where they are and just stick my hand through?
You walk where you saw them disappear?
Yeah, but not I don't take the last step. All right.
All right. For you three on the ground, remember that Kavonian casts light on that stone, so you have this white light emanating out that allows you to see a little bit, which apparently is right now just going to be Kavonian and me doing Sturm. So until Laura gets back,
I'm here. I'm
giving.
children.
Whoa, bitch! I'm giving you the benefit of. I know you're putting the kids to bed.
Oh.
All right. So you're sitting there. You've got the light emanating from the stone. Fatu, you approach the wall or you approach where they disappeared. You watch as you stick your arm out, and your hand just slowly disappears, like you're sticking it in murky water, like you can't see your hand anymore.
Okay, now as I do that, can I close my fist to see if I'm grabbing earth or is it like liquid? What am I feeling?
Air.
All right, so I'm not feeling anything. I'm just going like this.
Well, I take it you're standing up and sticking your hand through, right?
Yeah, I'm going like this, and then I'm coming back out.
Air.
And I'm just swirling it around.
Yep.
All right. And I turn to the group and I go,
I still think I should die.
Who's going to help me with this thing?
Do you step through cautiously?
I turn to Sturm and I'm like, was that just a little hairy dwarven arm that poked out of the thin air?
Sturm said that he goes, that did look like a hand.
They're going to go through.
Hold on a sec. If I stick just my head through, can I scream, or am I not going to be able to speak?
Try it out.
We're talking.
All right,
really high.
Who's with me on my side? Tinzo?
Tinzo, Raceland, and Goldmoon.
All right, Raceland and Goldmoon. All right, so
he was on a different computer screen.
I turn around to Tinzo and I go, "Hey, Tinzo, if I stick my head through, will I be okay? What do you think?"
If
you were a betting man.
How about we kind of hang on to you and Raceland hang on to me so that we kind of do like a chain.
Human chain?
All right, I like that. All right, so take my belt and I'm going to stick my face through and I'm going to tell you what I see.
Face first.
Okay.
If my lady ain't here, I might as well stick my face to the abyss anyway.
It's been 10 minutes.
Kavonian.
Welcome to the darkness.
As you're sitting there, the area which you just you could have sworn you watched a hand poke through. All of a sudden, you just see Fatu's face just poke through. Like,
why do you look like Stan Marsh in the emo episode?
Yeah, Fatu, you stick your head through, and the same thing. It's dark. There's no stars in the sky. Nothing. Pitch black. Other than you see on the ground this white stone emanating this bright white light that allows you to see at the foot of the castle. Kavonian, Nori, and Sturm kind of sitting there on the ground, just like, and they see your face.
Kavonian screams and he says, "Don't come any further."
Don't come any. What?
Don't come any further. There's magic floor.
Okay. I thumb back to Tinzo to pull me out.
All right, we pull you out.
Okay.
What did you see?
I saw Cavonian, Nori, and the other guy. They're alive, but he said don't come through. That's all I got. I don't know if he was saying anything else, but all I heard was don't come through, so I just pulled my head through to tell you guys.
Put your head.
He goes, well, if they're okay, then why not come through?
All right, hold on to my belt. I'm gonna put my face back in there. All right.
You put your
They
face
hold on to
back
my
in.
belt. And I just stick my head right in. It just comes through real quick. How come we can't come down now?
The floor is quicksand. Magic quicksand. And by floor, I mean ground, because we're outside.
What?
You'll sink into the floor.
But you're not sinking. You sank. You're all right.
I almost died. Sturm's head was in my crotch.
And that happens like every adventure. You know that, right? You almost die every adventure.
Let's move past it. You have to find like a plank or throw yourself over.
You know, also, your head always is in people's crotches.
Or
a lot.
Things are in his ass.
Or things go up your ass a lot. You do realize that, right?
It's a character trait, not a flaw.
Oh my god.
I like how you own that. So what should we do up here then?
Jump or throw yourselves over somehow. Somebody with a magic flying spell.
Okay, I have an idea. All right, so I have them pull me back out. And I tell them everything. He says it's quicksand, like the floor is like lava. Like apparently you sink slowly. But he just said if you jump real fast, it could work, or you use magic or some shit. It probably bounces through. I don't know. I'm really thinking about running at this thing like a linebacker right now.
How many feet?
I don't know, all of them.
You might need to stick your head back in and
Grayson's like, stop. He goes, hold on. And he starts casting a spell, and Tinzo, you, Gold Moon, and Fatu, along with Raceland, you begin to float.
Oh.
He's like, well, no time like the present, and he just floats through towards the tower. Yeah. You guys watch as all of a sudden, Raceland comes through with his staff, and he's just floating above everything, like 6 inches above the ground. He's just, he looks at you. He's like, where does it end?
Who's he asking?
Looking at like you and Nori.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good where we are.
He goes, all right. He comes down like a foot in front of you, and he just lands. Gold Moon follows suit. She kind of like not sloppily, but she kind of like stumbles a bit and comes through, lands.
I'm gonna run in place like Scooby Doo. And float through
What's the sound effect?
Yeah.
I wish I had that sound effect.
Boop, 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 boop.
What about you, Tinzo? What are you doing?
Oh no, I'm coming in as well, and I'm just like, I say out loud, group levitation, nice.
Yeah,
that would have came in handy a little bit ago.
As I land on the ground next to Cavonian, I flick my hair.
Toby Maguire.
I just felt a little darkness enter me.
All right, so we got Spider-Man 3 Fatu. You're all like everybody lands. Raceland breaks the spell. He looks up at the tower. The the one window you remember seeing from farther out in the island that was emanating a white light. As he looks up, he starts to notice that all sorts of different colored lights are coming out of this one window. He's like, well, that's not good.
I say out loud, Wayrith.
He looks at you. He goes, what do you know about Wayrith?
I actually said it out loud because I'm asking you. Is this what it is?
He goes, I don't think so. He goes, but he's like, considering the fact that a day ago we were potentially hundreds of years in the future, and this guy was just a myth and legend. He goes, anything could be up there right now.
So then I start getting a little anxious because I start remembering certain things that I heard. But I don't say anything out loud. I'm just pensive at that point.
Big words.
What'd you say?
Big words. I said pensive. Big words.
Big words, man. Nobody says pensive. What now, Raceland?
He goes. He looks at Tinzo. He goes. I'm hoping. He goes, if we're gonna find a Dragonlance or the Bloodstone, he goes, I really hope this is Wayrith. So he's looking at like where the door is, and he's like, now how to open this?
Devonian says, you're welcome for finding that first trap, by the way. All in a day's work.
He looks back at you. He's like, you are lucky. He's like, you are lucky that you're not dead.
My mother always said, never adventure alone.
He's like, he's looking at it. He goes, Bella. Nothing happens.
Devonian casts detect magic on the door, or on the what looks like the doorway.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. He goes,
Oh.
Raceland hopes it's not Wayrith. That's what I meant. He hopes it's not Wayrith.
Gotcha.
And would you cast what, Kivonian?
Detect magic on the door frame, or what looks like a door frame.
All right. As you cast it on detect magic, you watch as like this large black, like pitch black stone, like completely like shiny, slick, no real grooves. You watch as these designs are etched out in like this aura, this magical aura. It's like stars and what look like planets, and then in the dead center of this is an hourglass. And that kind of the hourglass, and then in the center of the hourglass, it kind of looks like a knob, right where like the two halves meet. Like it looks like something that would potentially stick out for you to grab, but it's not. But this door is well protected with magic. Like you do not believe you could Kool-Aid Man through this.
Pinzo, Raceland, any of that writing look familiar? You said there was writing, right?
It's all it's mostly design. It's like stars and planets, and it's very there's no real writing on it.
Okay.
I guess I'll do an Arcana check.
Go ahead.
Whole bunch of checking.
It's 27.
You get the idea that there's most likely going to be only one of two ways to get this door open. With the magic that you're seeing, it's either you're going to have to cast the right spell, like say the right words of a spell, or you're going to have to like spill blood. Those are the only two ideas that come to your mind of how you could get what you could do to get this door open.
Cavonian
Alright.
says out loud. Cavonian really starts looking at the hourglass. And I go, Tinzo, we're back in time. Everything we're doing has something to do with space and time. You've got time magic. Does that hourglass, is that significant to you in any way? Anything to do with one of your spells or anything? Could you age the door?
I don't believe that that's how I project my magic. I can't age anything particularly, or at least at my power. But the hourglass, I'm not too sure. That's not my magic. I'm not even familiar with that.
What about changing night into day?
Yeah, that's still something out of my reach.
Raceland?
Raceland, he's focused very heavily on the door. He kind of like he looks at you. He's like, "What's that, little elf man?"
I'll take that as a term of endearment. That hourglass, that screams time being significant to me.
He goes, "All the stories of Fist and Donalus were, he was always searching for time and immortality and the infinite." He goes, "So it does fit that this door would have this on it. If this is his tower." He's like, "But time spells, if that's what we need, or he goes, that's out of my, that's normally out of my purview."
Well, I could be going down the wrong track here, but it was daytime before we walked into this little bubble of puzzles and secrets. With the hourglass there, I almost feel like if we can turn it to daytime inside of the bubble, maybe we solve some sort of puzzle or test and the door will open. I'm going full Zelda here.
He Rayson looks at you. He goes, "Well," and he's looking up into the sky. He doesn't see any stars. He sees just the tower. He sees the rocky outcrop, like rocky area around it. Um, he looks and he goes, this is more fitting." He goes, when we were out there, he goes, something was off. He's like, Fist and Donalus' tower wasn't on an island. He goes, and he's looking around. He goes, "Look, trees." He goes, "We're in a forest." He goes, "This seems to be more the reality."
Hmm.
He goes, "I can't change reality, not yet." He's like, "But I can't make the sun come up and appear any more than you can." Nori, apparently just tries the door. Nori, you are going to. You immediately watch as Nori is sitting there, like she's kind of stuck in place. Nori, you immediately start feeling like your life is being drained from your body. You're gonna take 15 points of necrotic damage. And you're finally able to pry your hand off. And on your palm, it's not the shape of the knob, but it's kind of like a small hourglass imprint on your hand. It seems like not seared in, but it's there for right now, and you're looking at it like, what the fuck? Good. I like the thumbs up. That was money.
Since I have my ring, I walk up and I guess I'm trying to just concentrate the blue energy,
Okay.
but
You
I don't
notice
touch.
when you look at your ring, you see both colors.
So then at that point, yeah, I'm just trying to concentrate or at least what I'm familiar with the, using time. And then I just extend my hand towards the door to see if
You
anything
place
would.
you place like the ring on your hand against the door, or do you?
More like just kind of like a Neo stance. Like I'm just trying to see if anything without touching it. Because I just saw what happened to Nori.
And you're like, no. Are you focusing like trying to channel that
Yeah,
magic from the? All
whatever.
right.
Yeah, whichever
You watch
one.
as your hand just just mere like a small space in between your hand and the door. The magic you're focusing from your ring towards it, you watch as like the area right there in the center of the hourglass, it starts to kind of like emanate out, and the door starts to fill a bit. But like something, it's not getting like the door's reacting, but it's not getting the full effect, so to speak.
So when I noticed that, I call over Raceland. I'm like, I think maybe we can do this together. If you familiarize what I'm trying to do here.
Raceland looks, he goes, well, that ring and the magic there within, he goes, that's still a little bit out of my current range. He goes, and my current state. He goes, what? He kind of looks back at the rest of the group. He leans in. He goes, maybe you should touch the door.
So I go, all right. Well, let's give it a go. I place my hand on the door.
Touch me through the fence.
You watch. All right. You watch as light begins to fill through the door. The blue and green magical essence that's in your ring gets sucked out for the moment. One half, the blue goes into one half of the hourglass. The green goes in the other. They begin swirling together within this. The door fills up, and instead of a door opening like the door just completely vanishes, and you're all right there. I just did that, didn't? Nope, I'm good. You're all sucked in to this, like you seem to be in the void. Like you feel it appears as if you're in fucking space. Who am I? I'm missing Sturm. God damn it.
Ground control to Major Tom.
7, 6.
Commencing countdown on. Oh,
Like
British.
you appear for a hot second. You're kind of floating there, and you're like, "What the?" Everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
Like a turtle
Until
streak.
you notice that Raceland is standing. He's not floating. He's just standing.
What the fuck is happening?
Am I floating?
You're currently floating.
We are.
Fatu, you're floating. Goldmoon's floating. Nori, Sturm, Kavonian, you're all kind of floating there.
Is
You're
this,
not really moving.
is this like kind of like what we're seeing? This like Milky Way sky?
Yes. Yes.
Fatu is so unimpressed with this because he's depressed right now. He's just like,
So unimpressed.
I
Unimpressed.
would prefer the dark void of.
Called my Dark Lord Cthulhu. Is it like a void, like sound isn't traveling, or can we hear each other?
No, I would believe you. Like Fatu says that, he's like, "This is unimpressive," and you're like, you can hear him say that.
You need to go to counseling when we get back. You've got a real unhealthy dependency, my friend.
I'm sure she's suffering on the other end.
I ask out loud to Raceland. Raceland, what are you feeling? You're the only one that's actually able to stand in this.
Raceland, he's looking around, and he's like, "This doesn't make sense." He goes, "I am standing on there's ground beneath me." He goes, "But this all seems real." He was like, "I don't know what's going on in here, but something's out of control." And he points to an area right over here, like where this star appearing is. He goes, he's like, "That." He goes, "I believe that is the way out."
How the hell do you know?
He's like, all these other lights are growing, they're glimmering, they're shimmering, they're fading. He goes, "That one is the only one that stays constant."
Everybody says, okay, that's good news. How do we get there? And then he's just like, as he says that, as like, he's like, all right, I can't seem to control myself. How do we get over to that star over there?
Hold on, where are you? He just walks like up to you. You're not floating high above him or anything. You're like he kind of walks up to you, and you're like your head's like here, and he's looking at you. He's like, "Put your feet down."
Drowning! You going fucking men in tights? What
Yeah.
the hell? Like, huh?
Fatu's still floating. He's like right up above the floor, but he's just like drooped and just floating forward like a sailboat.
Somebody just told me.
I love emo. I love emo Fatu. This is fucking mint.
I walk up to him and I just pull him down.
Just like any balloon, deflated.
Oh my god.
What's a balloon?
Attach a string to him and pull him along.
All right. So you've gotten your feet. you're standing on solid ground. You look at the light in which Raceland was pointing at you, and it seems to be directly in front of you. What do you do?
Cavonian goes, hang on. I've always wanted to try this. And he hops up off the ground again, so he's floating a little bit. And he pulls Fatu up with him. And he grabs him by both sides of his face. He says, I know you're upset, but I need you fully here with me, buddy. And he pulls out a lotus weed joint. And he lights it up. And he gives it to Fatu in the hopes that we'll start hearing that little Popeye music and he comes back to being himself. You know,
Let's get out of this clusterfuck, boys. Time to go home.
and he's back.
All right.
Back. Now, what does the smoke do when we blow it out? Since we're in 0G, probably just does what smoke always does.
Kind of just floats.
Why the fuck is all this
Right.
hair on my face?
Oh my.
I tell Raceland,
How did I get pink highlights?
let's try to stick together. But you and I approach this light and see what happens.
All right. And you approach it. As the closer you get, the less grasp on gravity you feel. Like you kind of, as you're walking towards it, but like each step you're taking,
Buddy Christ.
yeah, like you're feeling like you weigh less and less. Like it's harder for you to to sink and stay on the ground.
Are we being like pulled towards the star or just there's less gravity?
Less gravity.
I don't know if it's this low or sweet joint, boys, but I feel like I'm floating higher.
Like when you're all within, hold on, I'll move you closer. You get to about right here. Like you are no longer able to hold your own, hold yourself down to the ground.
Can you take me higher?
Do-do-do-do-do.
Like, can we not? Are we like still in place, but just less gravity? Or I already asked
There's
that.
literally you finally reached a point where there is none. Like
But we're not being pulled in any direction. We're just like,
yeah, you're not being pulled away. You're kind of just floating in place, and you're trying to figure out how to move forward. Because it's not like a flight spell or anything where you can, you don't feel like you're in real control of yourself.
how far is like? Can we tell how far it is, or is it like there's no depth perception?
You kind of feel like it's about, the light has grown. It feels like if this is a room, you're like, this feels like it should be like 20 feet in front of me.
Okay.
Or it's an actual star and it's millions of light years away, and I'm seeing light from 10 billion years ago, and I'm gonna die here.
Ball of flaming gas a million miles away.
I asked Raceland, by any
Like-
chance, do you have telekinesis? And if so, do you think that you feel maybe an object through the light that we can pull ourselves towards the light?
Raceland, who's kind of just floating there with his staff, he's like, He goes, I don't feel anything in that. He goes, but he's like, could try something. And hold on, let me pull the map back up. Raceland, he sees everybody's kind of floating around here. Raceland looks at Gold Moon. He's like, The gold moon. And she kind of like turns in the air. Yeah. He's like, do you trust me? No. He's like, good enough. And he casts a spell. And you watch as Gold Moon kind of just goes backwards towards the light. Like she's not like a bolt of lightning or anything, but she's like pushed. And she goes like into the light. She disappears.
Hasta la vista, baby.
He's like, he's like, I didn't hear any screams, so that's good. That's good, right?
All right.
Please don't tell me that's good.
You did good, Raceland.
All right.
Let's push everyone in.
He's like, oh, hold on. He goes, I have an idea. He goes, can everybody line up together? Or everybody grab hold of each other.
Hold hands.
Hold hands. Everybody give me quick athletic checks.
Quick athletic checks.
Yikes.
Oh boy.
Oh, 18.
I just rolled a natural 1.
Oh my god.
Dirty 20. Actually, it's 21. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right. So Fatu and Sturm and Nori and Tinzo. Well, let me move you a little bit closer. You're all able to grab on. Kavonian comes in.
Might be a lost cause, my G.
And he goes to grab on to Tinzo's hand, he just flies right by. Like, oh no! And Rayson's sitting there like, God, he watches. He's like, fuck.
I used telekinesis from my staff to bring him into line.
All right.
I turn around everybody, and I go, every time he almost dies.
So Raceland you grab onto Tinzo grabs onto Kavonian. Raceland grabs onto Kavonian. He kind of turns around, he holding his staff, and he just begins to propel everybody. Boom, boof.
Go.
You fly into the light.
Go. Magic
You all
copter.
kind of land at the feet of Goldmoon, who's standing there, and it still appears. Hold on, I'm waiting for this to load for me.
That's what she said.
You're at what seems to be
We need to get some Creed clips into this fucking soundboard, by the way. Like, how do we not have Creed clips into it already?
Do you want to clip parts of a Creed song and upload it into the thing?
I will do it however the hell it has to be done.
Okay.
I just don't know how to do it.
Pretty sure you have access to do so.
Add sound.
Well, see, I move everybody here
on my computer.
What you should do is you should record, like, go to like Apple Music, and you know how they get like the 30 seconds free before you buy a song?
Yeah.
You should just like record that little bit and then
like
upload
with
it.
Webcam?
Yeah. Do the thing, upload that file.
You guys you come through and like you're at this staircase. It seems like it's just made of pure light. This spiral staircase leading up, and like everything around you still appears to be space.
Everybody's gotten so much bigger all of a sudden.
Yeah, I didn't realize how big this map was until I loaded you up as small, and you were fucking dots. So I made you big for this moment. I'm gonna make you normal size. I'm sorry, I made you huge. Now you're large. So you get to the top, and in this,
All the
in the
neighbors.
middle of this, it's like, what's that? You ever seen Contact?
It's been a
You know,
while.
like the spinning like bars of like metal.
Like a
It's that, but
gyroscope.
it's like a gyroscope of light, and in the center of it is a literal hourglass floating inside this gyroscope.
Or a gyrosphere, rather, I guess would be the.
Cavonian says out loud, anybody else want to try this first? I've already almost died 3 times.
By the way, I will say this is the actual puzzle.
This reminds me of like the rooms that you go get your powers from in Starfield.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good fit. That's a good nah, but it's not Starfield. Like as you're looking around, this looks like a wizard. Like everything around this looks very like a wizard would live here. You know what I mean? Somebody makes potions that has
Says,
stuff, gets stuff together for spells.
This gyro thing is the puzzle. Is what you're saying?
Figuring out like this, there's light emanating from the hourglass in the center of this. There's nobody here.
So Fatu looks over at Tinzo and says, "Can you slow that thing down with your ring?"
I could try.
So if you just slow it down, we can just throw Kevonian right through. You can grab the hourglass. We can, so goes on the days of our lives.
Wait a minute. Is this about the soap opera?
Okay. No, I was a young and the restless man myself.
I guess I kind of walk up to it and I try to do the whole Neo thing again. Extend my hand out, see if anything happens.
You watch as the rings of light that are spinning, they start to slow and like as you like the closer you get, they finally kind of get into unison and they stop. Like where your hand is like mere inches away from like this whole from the closest like ring of light. You also feel an immense pull coming from the center of this. Like
So
this is a fight.
So I start telling Raceland. Well, I mean, wait, are we trying to grab something here, or?
You tell me.
Yeah, because I'm kind of confused by that. What were we trying to?
Raceland's looking at you. He's like, Tinzo, be careful. He goes, we don't know what is at play here. He goes, he sees everything happening. He's like, he goes, whatever magic that you contain within you it's very beneficial here. He goes, but still be careful. We don't know what happened. We don't know if we're alone. He's like, we don't know what's going on.
While they're doing this, can Kavonian do a perception check just to look? Is it like space around us, or are we in a closed area?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
So then I kind of just pull my hand back, just like
As
I felt
pull
that
your hand back, the rings speed
start
back up.
to doing. Yeah.
25.
You are looking everything like everything seems like other than the actual like you feel like you're at the top of this tower, the top level, and you're like and you're looking and everything. It looks like the great infinite, it looks like the heavens, but the harder you look, you're like it looks like wall. Like you're looking at it and you're like, that looks like the stone, like the outside, like the stone, the flat, sheer face, smooth surface. You're like, is this just like
An illusion?
you know what I mean? Like what is this? Because you walked up here. Everything seems real.
I take out one copper coin and I just throw it as hard as I can toward the edge of what I can see. See what it
Like
does.
the wall. All right. You watch as the copper coin it flies at like it looks like it's flying off into the infinite, and then it just kind of hits the wall and stays there.
Okay.
Doesn't fall to the ground.
So it stays against the wall?
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody else see that?
I guess. Yeah, I think so. Because we just see you.
Yeah,
We're all. Yeah.
yeah, like Gold Moon standing next to you. She goes, that's weird.
Yeah. How do I get my coin back?
Can I roll for investigation?
Go. Yeah. What are you trying to figure out? Or
Well,
investigate?
you said this is the puzzle, so I guess I want to see all the components in this room and why this thing is spinning and to see if there's something that makes sense.
While he does that really quick, Cavonian just runs full sprint towards where I threw the coin, and I jump towards the wall.
15,
Okay.
23.
All right.
He got 23.
On a 23, you are investigating this whole setup where this hourglass is and these rings of light. It appears to you like you look at it and you're like, this was recently built. Like this is not like some built-in like part of the tower constantly used type thing. This was recently built. You're upon further investigation of everything, you as you're scanning, you watch as Kivonian runs into the wall, and now he's stuck there. Like Kivonian, you're stuck on the wall.
Okay, so I'm like, I got my back up against it. Like,
But
this is actually pretty cool.
It's not stuck like adhesive.
It's like the gravitron.
You feel like a gravitational pull from the wall itself.
Yeah. So I'm like, guys,
Tinzo, you're looking and like you see that. Well, like you see that, and you like obviously those are walls. There is something with like something going on with space here that like they're like that is these are images of the heavens. Like this wasn't just created. It's not fake. This is the heavens. Like this is space, outer space.
we
And you're
know
like,
the concept of gravity, right? In this world, like as characters, we know what gravity is.
I'd probably say my character does based on where he's from.
yeah, I would say Tinzo does. I don't think anybody else really has an understanding of true gravitational forces.
So I look at Tinzo, I go,
know like something holds you to the ground.
So I yell at Tinzo, I go, well, I don't yell, I don't know how far we are, but like, look, like I'm stuck to the wall, but I'm not stuck. Look, and I pull my arm off, and I go, but if I stop trying to pull, my arm goes back to the thing. What is this force?
So should I roll another investigation roll, or
Well, what are you trying to figure out?
why that's pulling him towards the wall? Like, why is there gravity on the wall?
You can give me an investigation check. It's gonna require a pretty high score to get a real answer.
Come on, baby. Roll for daddy. Ooh. Dirty 20?
You
Hey guys,
the best I can give you is you begin to you're investigating and you kind of start to agree with Raceland that something had to have happened here, because while all the stars in the heavens are on seemingly inside the walls on the inside of this tower, there you remember not seeing anything outside. No stars, no heavens, no nothing outside. Something happened.
So, is there a chance that within this room that seemingly deals with some sort of time and gravity, with my ring, can I try to access time reversal within this room to see if something happens?
I say yes.
There might be. There's probably something in there that you can try to
Do I
work
have
with
to
there.
roll? Do I have to roll for something on that, or am I just able to just be like,
You're upon thinking that and upon realizing how everything was working when your hand approached the spinning rings of light, you look at the hourglass in the center there and go, well, that seems to be the only thing that makes sense.
okay? So I guess I kind of just walk up to the hourglass and I try concentrating on reversing time.
Okay. So as your hand approaches, the rings stop again. Everything stops. The Kevonian, you and your coin fall off the wall. You kind of sit down. The hourglass is sitting there. It was like rotating itself. It's standing tall, and you watch as the sand within it starts to fall again.
I put my coin back in my pocket.
Okay.
I hold on to the I'm holding on to the concentration to see if I can just keep pushing it further on the reversal.
Further.
Yeah.
The sand isn't running backward. It's running.
Right.
Like normal time is running normal. You trying to go back in time is not working.
But it's making the hourglass go.
Yeah, what you're doing is stop the rings of light. The hourglass is going.
Okay. And then I guess as I'm doing that, I try to detect thoughts into Raceland's mind to connect with him. And try to talk to him.
He immediately he hears you and he's like, that the hourglass has to play a role here. He goes, but we don't know what it is.
And I ask him, do you think maybe I should try to push it where the time just runs out? Or if I try to use the other ability of my ring to see if it reverses?
He looks at you. He goes, I don't know. He goes, do you want to stand there for an hour?
What if we just break it?
Kivonian, what are you doing during this? Fatu, what are you doing during this?
Well, I just said that out loud to them.
Raceland, he turns and looks at you. He goes, I don't think that would be the best idea. But he stops. And he's like, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you stop the rings. The Kevonian, I was against the wall and I went back down, but I'm looking towards them this whole time. So I saw what happened, right? I would assume he went into it, the ring stopped, the sand started.
Yeah.
Okay. So I say, what happened when the sand finishes flowing?
Hold on. What do you do, Fatu?
Fatu's looking around for something like a long metal object while Kevonian's doing this. While Kevonian answers that question, because I want to hear the answer to that question first.
All right, Kevonian, re-ask your question.
Okay, I was saying, what happened? So, when you stop he's talking to Tenzo and Racing. He goes, when you stop the rings, time starts to flow. What happens when the hourglass is done? Should we wait for that? And if we're not waiting for that, then why not just destroy it? Maybe that's the point.
Well, so I go and say, well, hold on, let me try the other ability that I have on my ring, which is stop time, and see what the reaction would be when I activate that.
All right, hold on. Wait a second. Spot 2.
Yes.
We're going to time it just right.
Okay.
So when he stops time, we meet midair in a fucking tremendous high five.
So then I guess I start trying to concentrate on the stop time ability of my ring.
All right. You watch as the sand that's falling through stops. And you feel like you feel like there's a change. Like you feel this immense pull coming from all around you, but something's not right. Like, no, you guys haven't stopped yet.
Oh.
Like, your ring on your hand is violently shaking, kind of trying to tell you to do both.
Okay. So at that point, then I guess I'll just make it look sort of cool, I guess, for myself. So I just grab my staff. I'm concentrating on my ring, and I close my eyes and I start to concentrate for both abilities.
All right. So you watch, like you watch as the sand that had already fallen through, like as it's falling through, like you watch the sand stop, and then it starts going back up. And as the last drop of sand reaches the top, like you focus on the stopping of the time stop stuff, and boom, like so it's like, poof. And right behind you as you do, like Kivonian and Fatu are watching, and they watch as like the light changes come, like the light emanating from your ring changes. They run up and as everything stops around them, they make contact. Nori's on the ground sleeping. Everything you watch as everything stops. The hourglass just begins to spin. Boom! Light just explodes out of it, and all of a sudden, everything within the walls is just sucked violently into this vortex of light emanating from where the hourglass was. The rings start going again, and all of a sudden, all the infinity around you, everything is sucked back into this, and it's expelled through the top center of the tower. And then, boom! You find yourself standing in the middle of this tower room. There is, there's just some torches on the walls. It's it's just a slick black walled tower, like somewhere where a mage would live. And on the floor is an unconscious man in dark black robes. With that, I'm gonna jump back to Kaywin and Enafine. Kaywin, you've gotten up now. You hear the dragon roar, and they're getting closer and very, very, very close.
I just go, shit.
Yeah, Enafine, you're hearing the same thing. It's very nerve wracking. The dwarven bartender, he looks around. He's gotten up out of getting knocked down by you. He looks at the other 4 dwarves. He's like, he hears. He's like, time to go, boys. He's like, you're on your own, and he fucking he disappears. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna run for cover.
Okay. Chiron looks at the rest of the group. He's like, I think it's time we get the fuck out of here.
Strongly agree.
You're in another in
Oh.
another building.
Oh, okay.
He looks at you and Athene. He's like, are we good? Are you good to travel? We got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I kind of snap out of it. And is it possible to see where the bartender went? Like, is there like a bunker they went to or something?
Considering their sneaky ways, you can give me a perception check. It's gonna have to be a high score.
Sneaky ways.
Very, very sneaky.
Very, very sneaky.
You underestimate my sneakiness.
I do not fear you, Gypsy.
Oh boy.
It only comes from your tears.
There it is. There it is.
I got 13.
Yeah, no, you don't see where they go. They kind of they tear off through the one of the back doors, and they're like
in the wind.
They're gone before you can react fast enough. The rest of the party, Tanis gets up. He's like, he looks over at Chiron. He's like, yeah, we should get out of here. Caramon's like, where? I can't leave without Raceland. What if he needs me? Flint's like, not for nothing. Get the fuck out of here.
I just love how we've unofficially made that character Rosie.
It's Rosie.
Yeah. It's great. R.I.P.
So they all run. They tear back off out the front door. Everybody's kind of grabbing their horses and such. What are you doing?
Moi.
You and
What are Enophine, Caden, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna ride Ruckus out of there.
You're gonna ride Ruckus out?
Yeah.
Okay. Kaywin, what are you doing?
I guess I'm just going to follow or just pick myself up. Am I far enough away where I see them leaving? And
you're probably about 100 so between where the buildings and everything are. With your elvish eyes, you can get up, you can see through, you can see them tearing off towards where the front door of the bar is. You can get back to them moderately quick, you know what I mean? But you're just not right there.
Yeah. So
if you plan on getting the fuck out of Dodge with your horse, you can get back there.
With your horse.
Yeah, I'll follow. I'll take up the rear, and I also kind of want to track the dragons, see where the dragons are. Are they heading towards us?
You are, as you're moving, as you're going, everything to you feels like it's lagging. Something's not. You feel like something's not right. And this is suddenly since your rage out moment. But you got you run out of there with Ruckus. Everybody's grabbing their horses. Are you getting on Rocky?
Forgot about Rocky.
Oh my god.
Let's travel through the town on a giant elephant as we're trying to be conspicuous.
Oh.
Or are you just gonna ride on Ruckus?
I'll ride on Ruckus alongside Rocky.
Alongside Rocky.
Yeah.
Giant elephant. So everybody starts tearing through the town. I'm gonna use the overarching map here because I don't really have good alleyway ones. So you guys are up in like here. You make your way out of the alleyways, and you get onto like the main street. And as you're going, like you guys are just kind of tearing out. You watch dragon fly past you overhead. Much faster. They're going much faster than you guys. And you watch as it kind of turns and lands probably a good 100 yards in front of you. And it is sitting on its back, and it's the giant one. Sitting at the base of its head is Lord Soph. And he's just staring at you. And you guys are because you guys are at full gallop at this point. Ruckus is booking. Now, what are you guys gonna do?
Run the other way.
Yeah, that's literally what I was going to say. Run the other way.
I was gonna say try to figure out what the dragon wants and like talk to it.
No.
You want to talk to the dragon?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Come on. Listen, this is D&D. She can do whatever she wants.
Let her do
God damn it. God damn it. It's like listening to a horrible podcast now.
What do you do, Anaphine?
You should do is rage out and charge directly at the dragon.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I thought about that. I already thought about that.
With
But
the elephant.
I'm thinking, can I?
Blow water out while it's blowing out fire.
Wow, no. Can I hear its thoughts or no? Like, because I understand.
You can try to talk to it if you want to. Like you're on Ruckus. Everybody's still kind of going. This is all happening in the moment.
Okay.
With my cringing.
You want to talk to it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
What do you ask it?
I don't want to say anything. I want to kind of like guess its meaning. You know what I mean? Like if it says something in like I don't know, like a dragon sound, I kind of want to be able to interpret.
Okay.
Starting.
You hear in its inner draconic tongue. Meat's back on the menu, boys.
God damn it.
Okay, well.
Just make it sound like fat bastard. I'm gonna eat ya!
Get in my belly!
Yeah, it can't really be reasoned with if it's just hungry, right?
Motherfucker, run!
All right. Well, so
then I could. Am I in front of everyone on Ruckus? Theoretically.
You are, and by the way,
Okay.
this thing landed 100 yards in front of you, while you are all at full gallop. So if you're gonna try to stop and turn around,
yeah.
By the time you turn around, you're gonna be much closer to this thing.
Or maybe dip down a side alley.
Or we could go around it, behind it, so it doesn't like see us like by the tail, and then like make another.
What do you want to try to do, Anaphine?
I'm putting pieces of card in my shit.
I'm gonna make Ruckus go like quick.
You're gonna like
detour.
try to dodge around it.
Yeah, like because once I hear that, I was like, oh, okay, can't go toward it more, so I'm just gonna like kind of hide from like going around.
Okay, you're gonna try to like duck under and go underneath it.
Like,
okay.
Let's say.
What about
facing?
Kaywin, what are you doing?
I'm backing away slowly.
He's mortified.
You're gonna try to back away?
Yeah,
he's mortified.
Okay. By the time you're able to stop your horse and get it to turn around and start going, you're probably within 20 yards of this thing's head, 60 feet away. Okay? Everybody else is kind of torn. They're trying to, like, a couple of the others are trying to stop. Like you see as Flint and Tasselhoff, because they're smaller, they kind of have the same thing in mind that she does. So they're going to they're gonna try to follow as she's still approaching the dragon.
Like
Anakin, I'm gonna need you to make me. What would be a good role for that?
Let me guess. He bit He bit my fucking head off.
No, I'm
That's
not
how
going
Matthew
for that.
McConaughey died in Reign of Fire.
Give me a
Spoilers,
dexterity saving throw.
Matthew McConaughey, Christian Bale,
against the dragon's acrobatics check.
Turn the world to ash.
I might be the only person in this room that's seen Reign of Fire more than 10 times.
It's probably been 25 years.
I saw it just like a year or so ago. It's still a great movie.
Great movie.
Matthew McConaughey is so manly. What'd you get?
24.
24? Okay. That is a solid roll.
I will kill you.
All right. You trust Ruckus and his agile frame to get you by this dragon. You start to run, you duck under its head. As you do, with an a surprising speed, this dragon turns on itself, and as you watch its wing go over your head, you turn and you look, and this massive tail just and considering the size of this thing, it swings its tail through. It hits you. It hits Flint. It hits Tasselhoff. The end is taking out buildings on the side of the road. Kaywin, I'm going to need you to give me a dexterity saving throw, along with the others who are like Chiron and them who are trying to turn on. You're going to need a very high score because this thing is fucking huge.
Fuck off! God damn it!
Throwing that one?
You did.
Yes. All right.
You did, man. You did.
This tail, as you're trying to turn, as everybody's trying to turn their horses around and get going, the tail smacks into everybody. You're hit with fucking debris from buildings. You're sent flying through the air, and you smash back down on the road.
No!
Ahead of the dragon. The dragon turns back to you. You're all sitting there. Everybody's on the ground. Your animals are fucked up. Rocky's been leveled. And this massive dragon, Enophine, you're laying there. Ruckus is on the verge of death. Ruckus is dying. It got annihilated by this fucking dragon.
No, not Ruckus.
And as you look back up at the dragon, this giant head, the size of a fucking, of a house by itself, and you read its thoughts, and it's just, you hear it's just, meat should be cooked, and it opens its maw, and the last thing any of you see is just this bright flame come out of its mouth. You're all dead. Or so you think. Suddenly, you wake up back in the bar. You're all on the floor. bartender looks at you. What the fuck happened?
Oh, we just went back in time.
And you don't understand what just happened. And that is where I'm going to leave everybody tonight.
Huzzah!
Because my wife's about to pass out on stream.
At least she passed out earlier. We were just like...
Yeah, she definitely did.
Yeah.
The kids are very rough on her, so I get it. They're brutal little creatures.
Especially when you have 3 of them. Times 3.
Yeah. So, you guys have potentially found Fist and Dauntless. And a Fiend and Kaywin and Chiron might be in a Groundhog Day situation.
That's what I was about to say. It's like, we just die. Are we stuck in like a time loop? Dormammu, I've come here to bargain.
Currently, I do not have next Friday off. I'm trying to get it off.
Trying to get off.
I will keep you all informed as to how that's going.
Yeah.
I just want you to
I
get off.
might. I doubt it because I haven't heard anything back in 2 days. But if I get this job that I just had an interview for, it's like to the end of desk. So it's like until I'm done. So weekdays might not be work for me anymore. So
okay.
Like, it might be just weekends. But I haven't heard anything in a day or 2, so I don't know if I got this job.
Yeah.
So that's just a general concern.
Oh, well, a job is much more important than D&D.
Yes.
So
considerably.
If you get the job and we can't figure something out, then
do not fear me.
I'll figure out another day. Then I'll figure something out for you.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Fear me, Gypsy. All I want from you is your tears.
Well, all right, everybody. I'll catch you next time.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.